Tell me what is so healthy about, masturbation. Tell me what is so good and so holy about masturbation. You know, there are so many things in this world, so many things that's been offered to us in this world because, you know, the rulers of this world know that we are ignorant. They know that we are ignorant, and then they bombard us with so many false information. When you look around, when you check, you find out how, a part of this world can still tell you that, yeah, come on, it's good, do it, it's healthy for you. Masturbate regularly, it's good for your private parts. It keeps your private parts healthy, right? Because the world knows that it is pleasurable, right? The world knows that it pleasures the flesh but kills the spirit. But you are not aware, you don't know that you are not just your flesh, you don't know that you are also a spirit, right? So if you're only pleasuring your flesh, how about your spirit? Listen, I know it's hard to this thing is hard, very hard to stop, right? It's not easy to deal with. I dealt with it for years, years upon years. And the only way that, I was able to finally overcome, was God. Was God. And what God did in my life, how did God, take away this thing from me? The first thing He did was revelation. He first gave me revelation. But before the revelation came, I did something. It says in the Bible that he that calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved, right? I have never been a believer. I've never been, a religious person. I will never call myself a righteous person because formerly I lived in sin. I was a soldier for the kingdom of darkness, right? I was enslaved by darkness. I was enslaved by sin. I was a slave to sin, right? You know, I was indulging my flesh in all manners of ways, and it's just it weighed down on me so much that I could not do any other thing than to just continue to live in the pleasure of my flesh. And this is what the world wants. So many people are battling this thing, and people are like, they really want to stop, but they cannot stop. They don't know how to stop, right? There are steps that you can take to actually stop this thing. First of all is to acquire knowledge of what. There's someone that you must come to know, right? But before you come to know that someone, you need to first understand that this thing is destroying you. It is killing your spirit. You don't know yourself. God knows you more than you know yourself, right? But since you have decided that you want the knowledge of good and evil, rather than to trust God, right? Then see you need to see your enslavement into this sin as you acquiring knowledge of it. If that makes any sense. You have been bound to this thing, right? God will turn your knowledge of this sin. God will turn your knowledge of the depth of this sin, of this bondage. He will turn it to a power for you. He will turn that knowledge, the depth of how this thing has gripped you, right? God can use it and He can turn it around and turn it to to favor you, so that you can use it to teach others, just as it did for me, right? I have been enslaved to these things for years, and when I called on God, when I called upon God, God just it turned it around for good, and now I'm able to like tell people about it, give my testimony. He turned it into a testimony, right? I know how I served the kingdom of darkness just because I was indulging in my flesh, just because I was watching, you know, those bad websites, those evil websites. I was indulging my flesh, right? And it was pleasurable. It is very, very pleasurable, right? But the thing is, at the end of it all, it is your flesh that you are feeding. And whilst you feed your flesh, because this flesh profited nothing, it cannot profit you anything, because it is dust. What can the flesh offer you when itself it is dust, right? The only thing that can profit you is that is profitable is in the spirit, which is eternal, which is in the image of God, because God is eternal, and because we are supposed to be like extensions of God, right? We are also eternal. We are also eternal beings, but we are not walking in that knowledge, right? So to stop this thing, first you need to know that this thing is killing you. This thing is bringing your spirits down. It's crushing your spirits while it is pleasurable. This is how dangerous it is. And also, you need to know that this is something that you can indulge by yourself. Nobody needs to know, just you. And you think you're alone. You think you're just there. God is seeing everything. God is seeing you. He's seeing everything that you're doing in this, and in this secret. You think it's secret, right? You take out the thing, and you are just messing around. You are just messing yourself up, and God is there looking at you. But here's the thing: God is not is not condemning you, right? God is not condemning you. He's not condemning you, because you know what? Because He created you, and He knows that you're going to do all these things, right? But it is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You cannot be powerful whilst you are still in bondage to that thing. I have I have been set free, not by my power, but because I desire to be set free. And because I desire to be set free, I called on the one that can save me. Even while I did not know him, but I called upon him regardless, because I've heard about him, right? And I'll say that I believed in him, but I did not have the power you know, to know him. Now he has saved me, he has revealed himself to me because I called on him. I desired his help, right? And now I have been, God has given me a purpose. He has given me an assignment, which is to tell the world, and which is to tell you guys that are still in bondage to this thing. It is bad for you. It is dangerous. This world cannot offer you any good thing. The only thing that this world can offer you is death. And that is the direction that we all as humans are pointing to. That is where everybody's headed to. As we speak, everybody's headed to death. It's just a matter of time, just a matter of years. When you become old and feeble, that is when you begin to understand these things. So I hope this helps you. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.